This is the Brave New Coin Crypto Conversation, hosted by Andy Pickering.
Hi everyone, Andy Pickering here. I'm your host and welcome to the Crypto Conversation, a Brave New Coin podcast where we talk to the people building the future in the Bitcoin, blockchain and cryptocurrency space. Hello everyone, Andy Pickering here, and we have a very good show for you today. But before we get into it, need to shout out our new sponsor, Nexo. Yes indeed, are you ready to grow your wealth with the world's leading digital assets institution, Nexo? Well, you should be ready, because you can earn up to 12% on your digital assets with Nexo's high yield savings account. That's right. So treat yourself, treat your crypto, and treat your fiat with the industry's best crypto and fiat services, which include compounding interest paid out daily. There are 18 available cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, various stablecoins, and many more. And 3 fiat currencies are accepted, the euro, the pound, and USD. And Nexo has up to $375 million worth of insurance across all custodial assets. Top-ups and withdrawals are available at any time, and there are 0 fees for using the Nexo Earn Suite. So, are you ready to start earning? Of course you are. Simply go to nexo.io, and of course that is spelt NEXO.io. And now it's on with the show. My guest today is Johan Unger. Johan is the co-founder of Memecoin, a memetic asset protocol that acts as a story layer of the internet, operating at the intersection of memes, NFTs, and social media. The platform describes itself as what would happen if Dogecoin and Wikipedia had a baby. Fascinating indeed. Welcome to the show, Johan.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
To begin with, I think it'd be good just to get a little bit of a background from your good self. So please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and, how you first began to interact with the wonderful world of blockchain.
Sure. I'm Swedish. I've been starting companies in sort of the online publishing space, media space since high school, basically. Meme.com is my third startup, where my 2 prior ones have been in media tech and ad tech. My most successful company before this was called Strossel, which is a content recommendation engine for news sites and blogs and so on. We started that in 2013 and grew that from 3 people to over 50 people with offices around Europe. And in 2016, I got really interested in crypto. And so initially, we started experimenting in-house at Strossel with different business models relating to attention and rewarding different actions on news sites and so on. But quickly realized that publishers or advertisers wanted nothing to do with crypto. They thought it was a scam, basically. So we put that on hold for a bit, but then in 2017, CryptoKitties came along, sort of NFTs, the first wave of NFTs. And then I got really interested in that and started thinking, okay, we should be able to take some of the gamification stuff that NFTs bring to the table and then combine it with what we know around online content and consumption and so on. And then Marble Cards, which is the previous name to meme.com, was born in early 2018, and been working on that ever since.
Fantastic. So, well, I think we better understand a little bit more about what you're trying to do with meme.com then, Johan. So, it looks like what you're trying to do is kind of create markets and collectibles around internet trends and memes, right? So kind of create new open markets for and around content. So, please explain what you're thinking with meme.com. That's a nice URL to have, by the way. Love to hear how you got hold of that. And but yeah, what's the vision for meme.com?
Yeah. So the idea all along, the problem we saw at my previous company was that it's very difficult to get people to engage with content in different ways. And when we started Marble, the idea was, what if we can use crypto incentives and digital ownership and open markets as a way to incentivize new types of content sharing and engagement around content. And so initially we did that with NFTs, where people could marble URLs, and in return they would get this collectible card that they then share with people and sort of get attached to. And that worked out fairly well. Since launch up until now, there's been over 100 and I think 10,000 cards created by people, and people are very attached to them. And we've built this ranking tool so we could see, okay, what are the trending topics in, say, crypto or in art or in memes and so on. But we felt something was missing in how we value these trends. And that's when we came up with something we called hashtag markets. Because we see this trend where people speculate more and more on things relating to entertainment. If you look at things like GameStop or AMC or Dogecoin or the recent meme coin hype for things like SafeMoon and Shiba Inu and so on, it's a lot about just entertainment and people effectively sharing memes with each other and investing based on that. So that was the idea. What if we could take that one step further and build a platform that use entertainment and speculation, and in doing so are able to curate these trends to be able to see, okay, what are people actually talking about right now? What do people actually care about right now and think is valuable right now? So that is what we're sort of exploring.
Yeah, very nicely said. And look, I mentioned this in the intro, but it's I guess it's a good tagline or however you want to describe it. So, operating at the intersection of memes, NFTs, and social media. Meme.com describes itself as what would happen if Doge and Wikipedia had a baby. So I think it's just worth, just hearing, kind of what you mean by that, right? So what do you mean? What would happen, Johan, if Doge and Wikipedia had a baby?
So if you look at what Wikipedia is, it's basically an encyclopedia of everything. You could go to the site and you can find information about the thing you're trying to learn more about. But we want to take that one step further. So when you go to meme.com and you want to learn more about a meme, or at an extension, any trend, which we think it will evolve into, you will not only have information and maybe some links where you can dive deeper, you will also have different signals based on the open market for that trend, based on different like collectibles or other types of NFTs that people own or trade and so on. So it becomes not only information, but it also becomes like a value layer where you can see, are people believing in this enough that they're willing to financially support or financially engage in different ways.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, let's figure out where the project is at then, Johan. So I think earlier this year you announced that you had raised around $5 million, I guess, in seed capital from some of the blockchain VC funds, including Outlier Ventures, the Digital Finance Group, Morningstar, and one or two others. So there's obviously some interest in what you guys are doing, and now you are building up to do an IDO, an initial DEX offering, and that's happening quite soon on PokerStarter, I think. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, so you raised some funds. How did that go?
Fairly easy, to be honest. It's people. While we were pitching this, the reception was very strong.
Right.
The concept of a meme market has been around for a long time. like being able to measure the value of memes by having some kind of market structure around it. And I think a lot of people just been waiting for it to happen. And so when we came to our investors, we have a long history or fairly long history, a couple of years history of building similar types of products. I hope that they felt, okay, this is a no-brainer for us, and we want to support this and see it become a reality.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I suppose that people would be, interested and excited by what you're doing because, from one perspective, memes, people say that memes, everyone has a different way of describing memes, but, one way of understanding memes is that I guess memes are the soul of the internet, right? Or a new way to communicate complex ideas, or just, how the kind of, digital native generation communicate, right? So obviously, memes are potentially, there's value there is what I'm trying to say, if you can kind of create these new economies around memes. But I guess, from your point of view, the idea is, how do you measure the value of a meme, right? And that's one of the use cases for NFTs, right?
Yeah, it's measuring, in one end, being able to compare them against each other, and to be able to see what do people care about, what do they think is valuable, and then while doing that, basically taking fees from that taking place and basically giving that to the people who create the best memes in the other end. So we call them meme expeditions. So when I say I'm super interested in Pepe, for example, I create a meme expedition around Pepe, and people believe in it, they want to fund it. Some of the percentage of the funds go into this pool that meme creators and other types of content creators can apply for. And then all the coin holders of that expedition vote on what they think should become NFTs, which are rewarded to all the holders. And then those funds go to the chosen creators. So it becomes a way to also fund meme creation.
Yeah, got it. And well, from a big picture perspective, then Johan, I said before that you can, one way of understanding memes is that memes are the soul of the internet, or a new way to communicate complex ideas. But the idea of a meme is not that new. I think, was it Richard Dawkins who, he kind of was the first to popularize the idea of a meme as an idea that spreads, right? So from a I guess from a cultural or a technological or memetic, however you want to approach it, how do you guys kind of describe and understand memes?
I like the definition. It's any idea that spreads. And so we think that meme.com eventually will be about anything. I mean, a piece of music or a movie is also a meme. It's an idea that spreads among people. And then you have the more specific definition of internet memes, which are when these phenomena spread across, as silly images or images with different text on them, or small videos or GIFs or something. So that is where we want to start, because that gives a pretty clear context. But the idea is definitely that we want to apply this thing to, say, music or movies or pop culture in general, and so on.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. And well, look, we better talk about the IDO. So I mentioned the IDO, the initial DEX offering, and this is for your coin, or the meme coin, right? So what are the IDO details? Because that is happening quite soon, I believe.
Yes, on June 15th, it's time. We decided we want to do a small IDO round to bring more people into the community, basically, and then also have people be ready for when when meme.com goes on mainnet, so they can use their coins to fund the different meme markets. We're raising 500K. and hopefully we'll be able to bring in, a lot of people who think this is interesting and want to be on board.
Fantastic. And so if people want to potentially participate in that IDO, are they still able to do so?
Yeah, so there is a whitelist pinned on our Twitter that they can sign up for. I'm not sure when this will air, but they need to hold the Pulse tokens for 7 days to be eligible.
Okay.
So that might be too late.
Might be too late. Okay. I mean,
potentially.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how fast you are.
Yeah, I'll definitely put this podcast out. I'll probably put it out tomorrow, to be honest, which is that'll be, I guess, the 7th or 8th of June, wherever, depending on where you live in the world. But even then, if you were not already holding those tokens and wanted to participate, you'd need to move pretty much straight away, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you have been listening to this and on the off chance that you really do want to participate in this IDO, stop what you're doing and go to the meme.com Twitter. Just shout out your Twitter handle while you're here, Johan.
At Johan Unger.
And the Memecoin one?
At Meme Explorers. So it's pinned on both.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. All right. What else? I guess, what's, as we start to finish off this part of the podcast, Johan, what, I know it's kind of interesting times and who knows where this all goes, but we have seen obviously an incredible kind of boom cycle with NFTs, particularly at the start of this year. And, meme culture, as you know more than anyone, is just, now such an intrinsic part of, I guess, the internet story or the digital communities that all of us engage in. Of course, the world's richest man himself, Mr. Musk, is not shy of using memes, sometimes just to have a bit of fun and sometimes to, well, I don't know, even, play with the crypto markets, some would say. What am I trying to say here, Johan? I'm just trying to say, what happens in this kind of decade ahead as all of these new decentralized meme and culture movements and markets come into being and creator economies? It's an exciting time to be alive, right?
Absolutely. I think it will add like another layer to like speculation in general. People will be able to speculate on the popularity of anything, which I think will benefit internet native people because they have the information. Like if you look at why do people speculate on GameStop or these types of things, they do it because people are talking about them and making memes about them and spreading them in these ways. But there is an underlying company that people sort of try to say this is also why we're doing it, but it's not. It's purely about the memes. And so we think that now we're just taking it to the next level where people can actually get some upside in the things they engage with on the internet. And so I think it will bring in a new type of, I don't want to say speculator because it's more than that, but just almost like a person who can do things on the internet, and if they're somewhat good at it, also get some types of returns for the time that they put in.
Yeah, that is a really nice way of putting it, Johan, and I very much agree with that. All right, well, that feels like a good place to go to a very quick break, and we'll really be back in 30 seconds or so to finish off with the very famous Crypto Conversation Hot Take Round.
Grow your wealth with the world's leading digital assets institution, Nexo. Earn up to 12% on your digital assets with Nexo's high-yield savings account. Treat yourself, your crypto and fiat with the industry-best crypto and fiat services, featuring compounding interest paid out daily, 18 available cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, stablecoins, and more. 3 fiat currencies are accepted: Euro, Pounds, and USD. Up to 375 million insurance on all custodial assets, top-ups and withdrawals available at any time, and 0 fees for using Nexo Earn Suite. Start earning at nexo.io. That's nexo.io.
All right, we're back, and I'm with Johan Unger. He is the co-founder of the Memecoin asset protocol that hopes to act as the story layer of the internet and monetize meme communities and so on. Very exciting stuff. Hey, Johan, I like to finish each podcast with a quick round of crypto conversation hot takes. Are you up for it?
Yes.
All right, I just want just kind of your hot takes here, Johan. So look, take your best shot. Here we go. Where would you say that you sit on the Bitcoin maximalist to multi-coin opportunist spectrum?
If I could only own one coin, it would be Bitcoin. But I also like a lot of other coins.
Yeah. Nicely said and fair enough. Okay, well, Johan, what would you say is your firmest conviction, crypto opinion?
Really excited about virtual worlds and how they interact with NFTs and crypto in general and the experience that will come out of that.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, well, look, let's be a bit topical then. I should know this. I could probably Google it, but is it the president of El Salvador? We'll go with president. So the president of El Salvador announced, I guess, with Jack Mallers at the Bitcoin conference, that El Salvador would potentially look at making a Bitcoin legal tender in its country. And as I understand it, it's very early days, and look, everyone's kind of processing this information, and we'll have to see how it all plays out. So I guess we'll hand it back to you, Johan. What's your hot take on what you think the implications are for the wider crypto ecosystem based on this announcement?
Looks like the market didn't react at all, but I hope that it's the beginning of nation states starting to do this, and if that takes hold, then yeah, it's very bullish.
Yeah, that's right. And you noted that the markets absolutely ignored this announcement, which is quite interesting, Johan. If we kind of bring it back to the memes just briefly, Elon Musk has shown the ability to move the crypto markets literally by tweeting an ambiguous meme. And yet when the first president of a nation state announces that they will effectively be making Bitcoin legal tender and potentially putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet, the market doesn't move. That's quite strange.
It's probably a bad sign, I would guess.
All right, very diplomatic there. All right, well, let's get back to the hot take round. Johan, Bill Gates famously said that we tend to overestimate what we can accomplish in 2 years and underestimate what we can accomplish in 10. I guess we kind of talked about this before, but yeah, what is blockchain or Bitcoin or Memecoin? What does it look like in 10 years' time?
I, for one, hope that I will all financial transactions I do, be it buying things in the grocery store or paying for a new car, whatever, will be in crypto. So I don't have to deal with banks anymore or like that system. In more crypto stuff, I think it will, just get weirder and weirder. We will ascribe value to weirder and funnier things, and weirder and weirder things.
Yeah,
which I think is awesome. Like I'm a big NFT collector. I love all my stuff there, and so I think just more and more people will start to appreciate just having ownership of digital things and how they can interact with those things with others online.
Yeah, I think if we're trying to describe the digital future that is 10 years away, Johan, I think weirder and funnier is about as good as you could possibly get, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Johan, Yeah, William Gibson said that the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. You'll be very aware of this quote. But can you think of an example of the future being here right now, Johan, but most people just aren't really aware of it?
I think it's pretty evident when, like, at least when I talk to people outside of crypto and show them everything with, you know, I show them my showroom in CryptoVoxels and my stuff there and my wallet and how I send some funds over to people, like participate in different DeFi protocols and do all these, you know, farming, whatever vegetable or shit it is. I think that future is maybe, I don't know how many people can participate in that, maybe 0.1% or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think, imagine when, say, 10% or 30% of people, when that is a reality for people, where those platforms and protocols and products will be at.
That is exactly right. All right, well, very exciting to think about, but we're almost coming to the end of the show, Johan, but it's time to zoom out, time to get a little bit weird just for a second. A big question, but what do you see as the long-term future for the human race? Do you see dystopia or utopia?
I'm a positive person, so
good.
I'm going to say utopia.
Yep. All right. And finally, Johan, what is your favorite science fiction, a book, film, show, or universe?
I really liked the Remembrance trilogy, the Three-Body Problem, the two other books. That one I really liked. I really liked The Matrix and Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of stuff, sci-fi stuff I like. So
yeah, all right.
Well, pick one.
Yeah, shout out obviously to Star Wars. Shout out to the first Matrix film, which is just a brilliant piece of sci-fi, and of course the Three-Body Problem. Funnily enough, in recent podcasts, the Three-Body Problem has come up a number of times, and yeah, look, I know it's a written by a Chinese author, and but has been translated into multiple other languages. And I said I would read it a few podcasts ago because it sounds like that is a very good book by the sound of it.
It sticks with you. It sticks with you. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Great stuff. Let's close this out. Johan, very good to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for your time. Please tell the people where they should go if they want to learn more about the meme.com platform you guys are building, and where they can follow you on your various platforms, learn about the IDO, etc.
Yeah, I would recommend joining our Discord. The link is on our Twitter at Meme Explorers. It's a very friendly community in there that will answer all questions and help out and stuff. So definitely recommend joining that.
Great. And our last question, Johan, meme.com. How long have you had that URL, and was that a tricky one to get a hold of?
We've had it almost a month now. It was pretty tricky. It was long negotiations with another party, but we finally got it, and it feels good. I think it's a great domain.
Sure is. That's a great domain indeed. All right. Thanks very much, Johan. All the best, and bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. There you go. That was Johan from meme.com. And yeah, I mean, wow. Doesn't really, you couldn't ask for a more exciting domain than meme.com. So I'm sure there were some protracted negotiations to secure that. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you, of course, to Nexo.io, our new sponsor. Of course, put a link to the Nexo platform in the show notes, but you can, of course, just simply go to Nexo.io. Couldn't be simpler if you want to earn some yield on your digital assets, all that good stuff. Just go take a look. All right. Thanks, everyone. Please don't forget, to subscribe to the Crypto Conversation in whatever podcast app you are using. Even feel free to give us a nice review in Apple iTunes, 5-star rating, always appreciated. But that is today's show. Thank you very much. This was the Crypto Conversation for Brave New Coin.